What's up? What's going down, Weekend Warriors? Saturday edition of the big show. Corked Stats, fastest freaking show in MLB. Absolutely anyway. With your boy, Big Johnny Stud. Hope everyone had a wonderful Friday night. We hung another loser. What's going on? Oh, Angels were winning in the 10th. They were up 2 outs. I actually passed out, and I woke up to, of course, a walk-off loser. I think I saw earlier today, favorites went 15-0 last night. So whatever, shout out you fucking donkey mother effers. Who am I? The Gardem Sugar. Follow me up on Twitter at John Legaza Flow, sharpening the damn razor. Same handle over on Substack, where $2 a week, get your 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound box. Hit the description above or below, wherever the hell it is. Gosh, we are burning the candle on both ends. I mean, between the baseball and the football stuff, I really appreciate the feedback. I really do. But right, it's what we do. We try and over deliver. I simulated the entire NFL season with standings. Week 1 projections are going to come out today. The first game, I should say. Player projections for the first day. Maybe rock like an optimal or something. I want to play around with the calculator, finesse that a little bit. First week is modeled, though, against totals and team totals, over-unders and stuff like that, plus all the the team level data, player level data, fantasy ranks coming this weekend. I'm also going to get the redraft cheat sheet V1 going on again. We do not stop. All right, enough of that shit. More of this. Best part of waking up. Pitching sheets in the mug. I'm dying again right now today. I've been getting crazy pressure headaches. And I'm hearing myself vibrating echo in my left ear that doesn't have a piece in it this morning. I tell you how bad it's getting between all the over-the-counters that are not working. I was trying to sniff white pepper. I don't know if you know about that. That's the Chinese pepper, Chinese white pepper, the sneezing powder. Shaking it and going, that's what I need to clear the fucking blockage going on, man. I'm really dying. So sorry to complain to all you. Let's see who we got up in the comments already. Rose Baby, good morning. Adonis, good to see you. Sam, Corked Stats, that's me. No Block, what up? Yo, Remy's Reed, new faces up in the bitch. Good morning, John and chat. Let's have a great day. Ready to get at it. Zobe, Bryant, John Bender, another one. Shout out to Donkeys, John on John Crime. Let's go, Johnny. Good morning, brother. Josh Witt, Dub, what's going on? BE, Trevor, yo! Let's shout out the Spartans.
Spartan! What is your profession?
TV was loving that Mizurowski game yesterday. All my people up in the comments, good to see you, Mr. Toronto plus money, Pap. I've had a tussle or two with the Miami sniffing powder. Oh, no. Whoa. Uh-oh. Not exactly what I was talking about, but nonetheless, dude, I need my sinuses cleared, not fucking caked. If you know, you know. Okay, first up, I got one more Zoom coming. We got one more Zoom coming? No, too much. Time to loosen my shit today. All right, I'm going to try and do the board read, get out of here fast as possible. Again, I'm dying hanging by a thread, and nobody cares about baseball anymore. It's Dylan, stop, cease, and desist on the bump for the Bluebirds. There at the Yankees, there's my lovely banner. Facing Ryan Weathers. I got minus 103 both ways. A little surprised. I think Cease has the pitching edge. I think Toronto offense, let's call it a wash. Yankee offense is, nothing to write home about. We did get that bet home yesterday, survey says. Thank you. Phillies thankfully got home. Yesterday, again, was a loser, which sucks. Man, that Angels game, we dropped the A's F5. Again, we had dogs. Our dogs are barking, and our dog got taken back out by the fucking den and got the old Yeller treatment. So I think we like Toronto at the price today. Yankees just getting maybe a little more love than they should. Blue Jays, are really strong with Dylan Cease on the mound. He's in the middle of basically like a Cy Young campaign. He's been excellent, and there's really just nobody to be afraid of. On the Yankee side, Yankees also have the dreaded bullpen emoji. Bednar 3 of 4 might be unavailable. Hedrick 3 of 4, Blackburn 3 of 4. Yankees also one of those teams that tend to go for it, and I think you should. Right when it comes to bullpen management, when you're ahead, give them the A side. Get the win. You'll worry about tomorrow. What if you're down 5-0? You rested them for 0. And if you end up in the tie game, then you do the best you can. At least you got the dub, in the rearview mirror. So give me Toronto to pull this one on the road team on that one. Next up, we got Braves and the Brew Crew. TV right here just in time. Martin Perez on the bump for the Bravos, plus 153 underdog on the road to face Weapon X, Logan Henderson, and the Cheesemakers. I'm like trying to pop. I feel like I'm flying right now. Man, I was surprised to see. I mean, obviously Henderson is the better pitcher here. I was just surprised by the pricing a little bit. TV might be disagreeing with me. I'm not sure Milwaukee should be laying minus 163. Model in complete disagreement. We've got them over 3/4 of a run. Once you're over 0.8 is when you start looking for a run line cover. Maybe Brewers belong in the blend bet conversation today. Not crazy about the offer. It's minus 185 full game plus 125 to the run line. I should have said money line. That said, not really buying the Bravos. I've been trying not to do too many stats, man. You want the stats, you pay for that shit. Let's see. Brewers not really killing lefties. They've hit for average, but it's based on BABIP. The disciplinary stuff is really bad, but that's not where Perez thrives. Too many ground balls, and that might be where he thrives. I mean, Braves offense has been kind of crappy, so I guess that's another part of it. I like to look at talent level more than I like to look at statistics when we're talking about offenses, although the one thing I do stare at, the disciplinary stuff you can see for the Braves has been awful. Last 342 PAs versus righties, a 20.5 KBB, swing and strike north of 30, chase rate just below 34. That dog don't hunt player. Braves bullpen is good, though. So looking for the cover feels maybe a little bit hairy. If I had to make a play, it's Brewers on the run line and just playing for the price. I guess the blend has a piece of it. That I said minus 163. That was, you figure, 6 o'clock in the morning. It's now minus 185 without the plus 150 moving for the Braves. Not really great. TV. Henderson is an elite arm, even under the hood. Perez has been solid lately. Also at home, hasn't been sharp on the road. Bullpen use sure, but Ashby good to go, and potentially Miguel. TV very much plugged in on the Brewers. John Bender liking the under here. You know what's funny, man? And sometimes I just have to take a deep breath, take a step back, and take my L's. Here I am like trying to do the board read, like playing off the algo, my analysis without diving into the spreadsheets because I got to get going. And that's kind of the clear play right here. I build this thing, I print it, but I have a million fucking things going on. And it's very easy for stuff to fly below the radar. Last point before we move on. When you have the very heavy minus 185 favorite at home, you're only talking about 8.5 runs. We mentioned 2 good bullpens. We mentioned struggling offenses. So I'm going to go with the rare double show pick there. Though, is that it's an 8? Let me just double check. Ooh, it's under 8, but it's juiced. But again, I do think that's a strong play. I mentioned it because I don't have either team over 4.25 runs. Like the model is basically screaming 4-3. Next up, we got Nats and we got Marlins. Jake the Snake Schwervin Irvin on the bump for the Nacionals. Plus 163 underdog on the road against Yuri Perez, my boy, and the Fighting Fish, mighty Marlins of Miami, minus 175 at the Caribbean. Yikes. Another one. What is this just because all the favorites won yesterday? I mean, I guess it makes sense, man. I always have a hard time fair pricing something at minus 175. Just really quick into the spreadsheets we go. I mean, it's like the clearest delineation of skill between Perez and Irving. And I think if you fast forward to the splits here, looking at last 30, Perez has been fantastic, right? He's kind of coming off that injury. We were waiting for that ascendance that I think we're getting now. The Sierra a little weak last 30, but it's fine. He's keeping everybody off base, and he's been a monster, a fucking monster at home. The problem is, when I took the loss in this one yesterday, I was over. Kyle and Toasty were laughing at me. They were right. I was wrong. They are handsome. I am ugly. These things happen. And it's like, where does the offense come from? Now, I will push back, man. Nats almost, they had 2 guys on, and my guy, Elbamelik Ortiz, was up. I thought we were going to get the 3-run dong in the first on the way to the over. With that, we got fucking absolutely nothing. It was like crazy, man.
Stupid! You're so
stupid! Well, it's the same movie. I don't know if anybody knows UHF, but that's the Weird Al movie from the 80s, and there are some really golden moments up in that bitch. All right, anyway. Speaking of the offenses, yeah, I mean, they're really terrible. But if you're going to pay, we're going to need something from the Marlins. And I guess it's actually there. I know the power hasn't been great, but they're hitting for average. They're taking walks, not chasing, and pulling the ball. I think that's all you need to do against Irving. Nats also have the emoji. Beater back-to-back. He's probably unavailable. Revolta back-to-back. He might be unavailable. And that's a misspell. Costco back-to-back also. I don't know. I just don't even know the fucking guy's name. Hold on. I have damn OCD, and now I have to fucking correct it. It might be Leon. It might be Leon. The guy in the Nats, he pitched yesterday. I can't. Oh, it's Dion. What do I have? Oh, Doink. I was like, okay, I got Doink the fucking clown. Will Dion. He was 2 of 3, but that was bulk, so he probably won't be available. A Nats bullpen that was bad in the first place, now kind of hanging by a thread. So this is another one, man. Maybe we could blend the Marlins to the Brewers. So if you pair the money lines, Marlins and Brewers, you're at plus 135. Check that. Both of the run lines are at plus 120 or better. So I think that's probably my play. I'm going to put on this one Milwaukee and Miami blend. And, we'll get exposure to the money lines and the favorites plus the run lines in case one of them craps out. It won't completely shut the door on us. Who's next? We got Cards, we got Phillies. I felt very lucky to get that one yesterday. Plus money, Pat says Yuri, plus no CJ for the Nats. Yeah, that's a big one, right? No CJ, no Wood. It's like, it's a freaking disaster. B-Rose, what do you got to say, though? Just a fight night in Sacramento. I don't know who that is, Fluffy Hernandez and Gregory Rodriguez. I really used to be into fighting, and I kind of got away from it. I used to joke every time I have a kid, it cost me a sport. Trent C, good to see you. Now, forgive me 1 second. I got to give you the fat face because if you've noticed, I've been having trouble on the tech side with my YouTube videos halfway through or about this time, like 13 or 15 minutes in. BE, have a great day. I've been getting all fuzzy, and the fine people at StreamYard really have not been able to help me. TV likes the Yuri to record a win. You got a price on that, Handsome? I actually love those bets. I that's another one. I forget about it all the time. When you're really into a favorite, it's worth looking at that to record a win. So that's a really sharp play by TV. Yeah, like no shit, Sherlock TV, extremely sharp. That whole crew. You should be following all those guys. All right, so it's Quinn Matthews on the bump for the Cards. He's taking the spot of Andre Epilante, I believe. They're on the road against Andrew the House Painter, going for the Fighting Phils minus 130. I'm not so sure Painter should be a favorite over Matthews. I've got Matthews in the Cards with the straight win. Now, maybe the bullpen for St. Louis scares me. It does. Phillies didn't end up on the thing. I know Duran pitched 2 of 3. He only threw 13 pitches. He was sharp. Plus, Bolin's on 2 days off. Yeah, they brought in Raley to blow that fucking save. Mother effers. So maybe we want the F5, right? Kind of looking to get at Painter. The only thing with Painter is I think I want to face him in the 6th. I'm just not sure what kind of distance we're going to get from Matthews. So yeah, let me take the plus money on the half game. I think Matthews is good. I think Painter, I don't want to say he's not. Let's get into the stats just really, really quick. I mean, Painter has a 6.6 ERA for a reason, and the indicators despise him. He doesn't get strikeouts. He doesn't get the called stuff over. He struggled to get ahead, and he gives up too many home runs. So, that's a really bad combination. I just don't understand the price here. Where, Matthews has been really wild. My thing with him is I think we have to let him kind of mature, right? This is a high talent arm, just getting the promotion going. Just really quick on Matthews before we get going. He was a top 125 pick, and if I'm not mistaken, he was having like a really nice season. He was having a nice season, but maybe I do have to back it up because the walks have really been an issue, and Philly has been showing some discipline lately. They've been extremely disciplined, one of the best disciplined teams. So maybe I'm going to back that one up. You're a fine looking bet once you back that ass up. All right, I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all, but I'm taking it back. I'm taking them all back. Well, I'm really digging for the deep cuts in the fucking 80s today. Shout out to fucking Goonies. Andy, you Goonie! I still think the Cardinals win, man. I think this is mispriced. I don't trust Painter. Maybe I should be leaning more towards an over. Sorry, it's 5-9. I don't know. I'm not going to 10 runs in this. So I've either got to get this one down to 8.5, or I'm just kind of leaving this one on the cutting room floor. Next up, we got Rays and Sugar Shane Mack on the bump for the flat fucking fish of Florida. Minus 125. Favorite on the road against Brandon Forever Young and the Orioles. Shit, here I am again, struggling every day to think of a clever name for these bets. Our guy MLB Dream, shout out Dream, you should be following him. He does really, really great work. He was in the DMs yesterday. He was on Baltimore also. We got that win. But I think he gave me a suggestion. Bookmaker pick or a bookmaker nudge. Oh, maybe I like a nudge pick. Maybe I'm going to take that. Maybe I like the nudge. Maybe like a nudge pick. Dude, I think you might have got me on that. I think I like the nudge. Okay, so what Dream is talking about, and again, this is just supposed to be a testament to the sheets and a testament to the work. We're going to be doing the same thing for football, by the way. And what I take a lot of pride in the Algo tab. I want you to be able to turn this on with zero idea of what's going on in the league, right? Because I know we have some weekend warriors. There are people that just watch the show on Saturday, people that just bet on weekends, and it's still worth the fucking $2 a week. Fuck that. Right, you opening it up. Again, I know it looks like a lot, but of course, starting pitchers, we have the weather markings, right? Where it's hot, where the wind is blowing out. Those orange boxes denote a 3.5 team total. When we get a team total, where only one of the teams is 3.5, the other is 4.5, and the money line is inside minus 135, you're getting a nudge. It's a fucking nudge pick, right? Because we don't automatically hit them. I just find that I do generally take them. And I got Tampa today. I've been a Young backer, but it's been a price thing, right? He's been an underdog. I think Shane is the better pitcher here. Young with the, struggles with the cold stuff. Again, he offers too many free passes. He gets hit too hard. I'm not necessarily buying this shit. He hasn't even been really good at home. 1-3 whip at home. And McClanahan, I think, has been the better pitcher last 30 days. Maybe the league even starting to figure Young out a little bit. I don't know. How do we call the offenses here? The Rays have definitely hit righties. They've been patient putting the ball in play, and I think that's important against Young. Orioles' offense has been good, though I think you can go after them with the lefty split. It's a little worrisome because it is a sellout operation, right? High K, big power, lots of pulled stuff. So, you're risking a little bit. You got to risk it for the biscuit. But the Orioles definitely not a pushover. Bullpen probably goes to the Orioles as well. Been a lot of action in the comments today. Joey Lobster says Caminero on one. He's a fucking goat, man. He's a goat. And I shame on me. I probably have some negative write-ups on him. Remember, I'm a fantasy herb. So it was more about, am I taking this guy, top 12 and I wasn't? I think my argument for Caminero was if I'm looking for power, I'd rather have Jordan Alvarez. So, I short sold Caminero. That was a loss. But I think my pivot was correct. Anyway, he is the absolute man. Dan says he's playing the Rays. He's a sim for them. Yeah, I don't blame you. Trevor, T was gone that whole time looking for it. They're on DK. DK does that. And that's the only reason I even still have a fucking DK account is for these kind of niche markets. Mr. Toronto pumping Rays 9-1 on the road. Yo, shout out again. This ain't man.
This is Sparta!
Hells yeah. Baseball's version of 300. Give the book nothing. Take from that bitch everything. Yeah, I like the Rays. I like the Rays to win. I'm worried about the bullpen. Maybe my confidence is a little bit misplaced. That money line price has also moved to minus 135, and maybe I'm out on this. I don't know. Maybe I need to take a day off. Next up, who do we got? We got Angels and we got Rangers. That was a real heartbreaker yesterday. To finally get that first run of the game across in the 10th, to get 2 outs in the 10th, and then kind of blow it. I think it might have even been on an error. The fucking Angels are terrible. They really are so bad. Speaking of terrible, Ryan Johnson on the bump for the Halos. He's on the road against Cody Bradford and the Rangers. Oh my gosh. Yes, I think the Rangers win, but we're also getting a bit of a nudge. This is a different nudge from the Algo. We're just at a quarter of a run, right? So back to the strength of this page and how informative I think it is, just right off the bat, right? Prices, starters, conditions, team totals, projected scores, first 5 projected scores. Like I think there's a lot, right? There's a lot to be gained from this. And as much as I like Texas to win because the Angels and Johnson are just disgraceful, I don't know if I can get behind the price. I think that's a little too pricey for me. Rangers team totals 4.5 minus 110, and the model's not really on that either. I mean, Johnson really has been ass. I tend to like Bradford, but the Texas bullpen has been bad also. I don't know. This is a toughie. I would hate to back up, right? And this is also probably not the right way to do this, but I would hate to back up the outlier favorite win day with more like favorites that, especially ones I'm not crazy about. There's a difference between backing Yuri Perez at minus 175 and backing Cody Bradford at minus 175. That said, the Angels are just like straight anus. They're the fucking worst. I mean, watching this team, you're like, who? Now, Trout did play. I was wrong about that. He didn't leave a game with the sore hand, but he played. And like Neto is okay, but besides that, this team is just fucking terrible. Sucks. We could have got that one home. Ballesteros had a monster barrel that was just one of those unlucky outs, if you've ever seen that handle. So, again, I like the Rangers to win, but I'm struggling with the price. I'm really struggling with a bit of everything today. I think I'm getting a hint. I should probably take a day off. Because I bet on Thursday, which was fucking stupid. We got Mets, we got White Sox. Hard not to like these White Sox, man. God damn it. Hard not to like the White Sox. That said, I don't understand the price. We got Christian Great Scott on the bump looking to go 1.21 gigawatts for the Let's Go Mets Go. They're on the wrong side of the tracks to face the Southsiders. Luis Castillo on the bump for the White Sox. I'm not buying this fucking Castillo shit. He gave us one good game. I don't think he's any good. I think the offenses are probably comparable. I think Christian Scott is the significantly better pitcher in this game today. I know he's really struggled on the road, but I'm just not ready to go there where I'm like, I bet on road stats. I don't really bet on road stats. I mean, Scott's kind of does it all. I really like Scott. He gets Ks, he gets swings and misses. He's got command and control and induces chases, where Castillo was just a freaking thrill a minute. The four-seamer is just not good. And he, unlike, Scott throws the four-seamer a ton. He is a good four-seamer. Castillo does not. He is a bad four-seamer. That's where all the home runs come from. I'm just not buying his weird Kyle. And I know part of it is like it's a half a bit because he's a big Mets fan, always joking that they're back. I agree with him, though. If I didn't agree with him, I would not be glazing him on this shit. He's right. The Mets had a really tough run out with injuries and one-run games, and that's kind of just ruined the narrative on them all year, which, again, it just makes no sense. Oh, you know what I meant to do? Hold on one second. I got to take a fucking screenshot of my StreamYard because, again, of course, whenever you ask for customer service with tech help, what's the first thing? Did you fucking unplug your computer? I'm like, holy shit. That's how you unplug the fucking computer. I'm a fat old. That's the first thing we do. That's the only thing we know how to do. Idiots. But we can't understand why it's starting. The video is starting out sharp and then going fuzzy. And I feel like my stream, when I'm looking at it, is fine. And that's why I didn't notice it. So I wanted a screenshot with the timestamp that if this comes out fuzzy, I'm going to say something is going on your end. They should keep giving me the same runaround. So I've had the Mets offensive stuff up on the board. Again, representative, better offense right now versus righties. Is like the L7 for Chicago really strong or something? It's not even. The Mets, you got to call it a wash. Mets bullpen has pitched well. You got to bet the Mets will win this one. It's just doesn't really make a ton of sense. Mets as the dog feels a little off to me. Feels like a bit of a misprice. I'm going to get the Let's Go Mets Go at -105, and let's move the bitch on, yo. Next up, what do we got? We got A's, we got Astros. Gosh, I got to stop betting on the A's. I would have done it again today, and I would have done it again too. I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you and that mangy dog. Jake the Snake Lopez on the bump for the Athletics. Elephants balancing on beach balls, a +212 dogs on the road against Hunter Charlie Brown. Good grief for the Astros, -230. I mean, is Brown all the way back? I'm not 100% sure he's all the way back, but I don't see how the A's get this done. I do like Jake the Snake. And I would have bet this if it was any other Astro starter, probably. Wesneski, of course, stuck his fucking finger in our Cooley. Man, Lopez, the season-long stuff is gross. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm trying not to go on too many tangents today. The baseball show just has to giddy up. It has to giddy up. I have to do NFL content. But I feel like Lopez has turned the corner lately, and he's been really good. He's been really good lately. He's been really good. I would ignore the more recent stuff. The whole second half, he's been fucking excellent. 32 2/3 across 6 starts. He's a 2.48 ERA, 38 Ks. I mean, yeah, he's been really good. Shit, I wonder if we should be betting this. Oh boy. Oh, are we ready to get hurt again, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, listen, Lopez has been every bit as good as Brown the last 30 days. I know people hate to fucking hear it. Astros have not really hit lefties. The A's have not really hit anybody. It's so bad watching this offense is like fucking pulling teeth. That said, I'm not saying I'm doing it. I'm going to check the price first. We always check the price first. But I got to see the price on this F5 stuff. Shit. MGM has it listed as a +1.5, which to me is just so crazy. So crazy. F5 +1.5s are like crazy shit, man. Oh, come on. Where is this stupid website? Okay, hold on. I got it. I have to check it. So, live odds on Odds Trader. Okay, sometimes Odds Trader has all these things listed. Like they have an F5 like board read. Okay, I got +125 getting the half run against the Astros. Man, I like that. I don't really shell out -150, but I do like the -150 +1.5 F5. Like, I don't know how that doesn't hit. And you can see that's right on the board. Again, this is an interesting way to digest the algorithm. Because. Okay, Astros modeled for a win. It's only a quarter run. How do we read this? Okay, first thing, Astros are north of 4. So it makes the quarter run worth a little bit more. However, at only a quarter run, you really can't justify a -225. There's no way. So Algo absolutely taking a stand that this is bad chalk. Like you're overpaying for chalk here that has way too good of an argument to lose. And I think I'm going to take that information and bet the fucking +125, getting a half run for a guy as good as Lopez has been. It seems like a deal to me. I mean, I have just gotten crushed on the A's lately. We have gotten our fucking dicks knocked in on the stupid A's, but a lot of them have been close. So I don't know. I guess that's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm a big Hunter Brown guy, but this is just not quite right. He's not quite the same. And coming off the injury, people wondered if he rushed, because they're competing right now. They've had their own injury concerns. Last few games, I mean, he's been good, but Brown's given up at least 2 earned in each of the last 4. 5 2/3 gave up 2 to Texas. 6 gave up 3 to Toronto. 5 gave up 3 to San Fran. 5 gave up 2 to Seattle. He walked 5 Mariners and 3 Giants. You got to roll the dice in this one. This one, as much as I have liked Brown in the past, I think that's where I got to go. I wish I knew what you guys were talking about. I'm counting the end of a conversation. John says there's plenty of decaf brands that are just as tasty. No freaking way. First of all, I'm like this player all the time. I grab life by the fucking horns and I hump that bitch into submission. That's how I do this, man. Yeah, Joey. I had to let Toast have it on the red hot shit. Listen again, and that's why I think that show was so good, right? We don't sit there and glaze each other. We really don't. We like disagree all the time. I lost this conversation that I wish I was getting. I wish I was caught up on. I just have no idea. B Custom, yeah, we'll talk about Stribling on the NFL stuff. He might be getting a little too expensive. I'm actually worried because he's balling out without other target competition. I don't. Custom says, stop betting dog shit teams, Trevor. So many games a day. I can't help myself. Josh says, who on the A's is going to hit? I don't know. I don't know. The answer's probably nobody. No, all kidding aside, listen, it's been Butler and it's been Bolt. Yeah, it's Max Muncy. I mean, listen, it's very easy to dogpile teams when they don't hit. We've all been there. We've all had teams get into the playoffs. Crazy Yankee offenses that go cold for 3 days. You're like, this team sucks. And you're like, they led the league in home runs. Like, these teams don't suck. Do the Dodgers suck right now? The Dodgers are not hitting. Do they suck? No, they don't suck. The Dodgers are awesome. It's just what the hell it is. Oh my god! You don't keep that OF shit out of the comments. You're gonna get me fucking banned, yo. YouTube is crazy with that shit. Keep that. Those are the words that cannot be spoken. All right, come on. We gotta fucking move on, man. I love to jump into the comments and mix it up with you maniacs, man. It really is the best. All right, next up, we got Drew Anderson going for the Tigres, leaving Detroit Rock City, heading down to Kansas City to face Michael Waka 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 and the Royals with cheese. I don't understand this one either. This one is a bet for us. Now, this one's interesting because this one is a nudge play, and that's why I like, shout out Dream again. The reason I like the nudge label is because we're not automatically betting these things, but it must get attention. Every single one of these gets the eye of fucking Sauron on it. You know what I mean? So, okay, first off, Anderson's actually been really good. I was not giving him credit as they stretch him out. He's been really good. Michael Waka, I think we know what we're getting. He's always like replacement level. I think he's outkicked the coverage and some negative regression is coming his way. The BABIP is too low. The left on base is too high. The homer to fly ball is too low. I don't think he's very good. I think he's okay. I think he's just okay. Again, he keeps getting away with this bullshit all year. Indicators are all north of 4, and the ERA just never turns out that way. The attack point for me is the KC bullpen. They also have had Cruz 2 of 3, Pearson back-to-back, Schreiber back-to-back, Kimbrel 2 of 3. That bullpen sucks in the first place. Detroit is winning this game. That's how I have this one. I think we just have to play it close. I know, like, Cags is back, and what's his face? Witt is hitting. Listen, all respect. My paisan Caglianone. I love, they like butcher that shit too. You hear like Caglianone. Caglianone. Tigers offense is at least a wash with KC. That's what I was stalling for. L7. I mean, again, the Royals have been the better team, L7, but like sometimes I like to look at L7 just to know, is that what people are basing their plays on? Because I'm not buying that shit. The thing I do know is the Royals bullpen sucks, and I don't think this game should be priced. I don't even know what the word, price equally, price equivalent. I don't even know. They're priced the same. They has the same numbers. I fucking know, man. What do you want from me? Yeah, I got minus 110 both ways. I saw a minus 105 out there for the Tigers. So, of course, always line chop. When I pull these show picks, I just pull off MGM because they have an easy board to read. And then at least I know that the lines are accessible. Joey Lobster's got the Royal sweep. Jay Main, good to see you, brother. Wow, cool job, golf course engineer. How fucking cool is that? Joey says I use last 7 more than 14. Is that wrong? Yes, kind of. Sorry, kind of. Unless, depends how you're using it, right? Okay. This is a good one. This is a great fucking question, by the way, Joey. It is. Also very honest of you. Yes, you shouldn't be making determinations off L7. That's the big macro, is the answer is no. The reason, and I know this from putting this data out every day. And if you're one of the sick fucking degenerates that's actually in the spreadsheets when I'm doing my imports at like 6 o'clock or 6:30, you'll see how wildly a sheet changes day to day. Like wildly. It really does. You could if you want to see it yourself, screenshot today's L7, screenshot tomorrow's, and look. And that point is, if it changes wildly every day, do your opinions change wildly every day? No, they should not. L7 is also very susceptible to one game. The 22 game output from the Brewers is going to blow up an L7. That's number one. There is a flip side to it, right? I'm not saying you're dead wrong and shouldn't be looked at. There's a reason I put it up there. Okay. Anthony, I'm going to get to that in a second. And I think it's because I'm stupid. Okay. I think it's a blind spot. I'm stupid. But it's also my quant answer is when you can't quantify something mathematically, I tend to ignore it. We'll get to that in a second. Another great fucking question. So back to the lobster. You do, however, want to be looking at discipline. Okay, discipline can start to stick on the L7. It's also the best marker. It's a thing most in the hitters control. It's like contagious. Also, one place we do want to react to it. So again, I hope you didn't take this the wrong way. I don't want to call people to the carpet. I'm stupid. It can be a leading indicator if you're using it to regress to the macro. Meaning, I was bagging on the Dodgers right now, right? The Dodgers kind of suck. The second the Dodgers give you the strong L7, that's what you're buying, right? You're buying a return. You're buying. And when shit teams coming off a great L14 start to show you a rotten L7, buy that, right? So you see what I mean? Like it's very contextual, but I do think it can be important. Okay, next one. This is another good question, and we'll try and wrap up this fucking nonsense. Anthony says, thank you for supporting the show, Anthony, by the way. Why don't you guys ever look at winning patterns and reading the game scores to predict the next one? I'm sorry, it's not predictive, right? That's the thing. It's not predictive. You can find answers in game logs, but you can find answers anywhere, right? If you happen to pick the right pattern, that now to you is predictive, and not you, the royal you, right? Never pick on anybody, because again, it's not bad. You should be looking at everything. It's a blind spot for me. Because it doesn't test out. It doesn't, right? That's a fact, right? So I won't say it needs to be ignored. I'll just say that I will look past these things because you can't test them out. That said, this is the same thing for home and away, right? So again, all this shit with a grain of salt. Home and away is not predictive, or books and everything would use that. However, there are people that, like, if you were betting on all the home stuff and against them on all the road stuff, you look like a fucking genius. Does that mean that you crack some code? No. You identified a pattern and you kind of rode it. The way I see it is you're riding it through a wave that you properly timed. So this is not like, oh, you're stupid and doing it wrong. It's you caught the wave at the right time. If you're doing it forever, I believe that will start to normalize. Yeah, thanks, Josh. You know what? We want to be learning. No one gives a fuck about a game breakdown a day or two from now. But maybe one of the lessons that I teach, it kind of sticks, and somebody says, you know what? Maybe I want to support this fucking blowhard. My friend called me that the other day. I was loving it. A blowhard. Talking about like an old school, like, white insult. Right? Next up, we got Giants and Red Sox. It's Sling Blade Tidwell. Shouldn't have done that. It's just the plus 189 dog on the road against Patrick Sandoval and the Red Sox. I fear I'm going to get myself into trouble again on this one. Tidwell, I think there is some arm talent. I don't think he's ready yet. And Sandoval, I don't think should be a minus 204. I was frankly shocked when I saw that this one's at 08. So let's just blow past this one. This one we're going on the over. I know the Red Sox pen has been good, and that might be a bit of a limiting factor. But the Giants bullpen is ass, and I think we get there. I guess with the low total, it's worth to see how they split the team totals. I mean, San Fran 3.5 plus 115. Oh, that's a juicy one. That's a juicy one. Jeff, I'm sure Jay Bird should be on that. That's a nice alt one also. Right? If you're getting plus money on the 3.5, you're probably getting a decent price on the 2.5. But with that, I do like the Red Sox offense, and I don't think Tidwell is that great. There's an argument for that F5 also, but I'd rather not mess with it. So I think I got Giants and Boston. We got the hard 8 here. So, like, yeah, give me that. Give me that shit all day. Next up, yar. It's the Pirates and the Dodgers. My boy Jared Jones on the bump for the Buccos. It's going to be hot and the wind blowing out plus 230. Oh, my God. Oh, man. If you would have just told me, like, yo, Jared Jones plus 230 dog, I'm like, holy crap. Unless it's against Tariq Skubal at home for the Dodgers, like, we want to take that. I don't know, man. I don't know. Facing the Dodgers is rough, and they hit yesterday. You know, it's like we could be watching the beginning of that crest, right, that I was just talking about, the upping of the sine wave. I really like Jones. He's got a ton of arm talent. That said, you know, he's not Tariq. I really like Jared Jones. I think he is really damn good. I worry about the four-seam usage against a team like the Dodgers. You know, they're so kind of disciplined and seasoned. And that might be part of the struggles we've seen down the stretch is he comes across as maybe a little easy to solve. It's a tough pitch to hit. But if you're sitting dead red on the four-seamer, Jones is going to give it to you eventually. I don't know. What do we think? Pirates offense, right? Getting O'Neal Cruz back, that'll help. But the Dodgers are starting to hit. My head is fucking pounding right now. Oh. I don't know. Bullpen's a wash. Again, I'm struggling to go up against Skubal. Skubal-dooble-doo. But the price is there. So I'm not touching this one. But damn, yo, if you told me, oh, fuck, I closed that F5 site. If you told me Jared Jones, what is this F5 price? Again, plus 135 getting the half run. Could Jared Jones pitch 5 shutout against the Dodgers? Of course he could pitch 5. Oh, fucking course he could pitch 5 shutout against the Dodgers. But with that, I think that's what you're betting on. Legit. I think that's like the bet is you need him to completely lock him down. So like I said, I think I'm off it. But if you were making a push for the Pirates, based on, again, the model, it's there. I know we are clear of a half a run. We're still talking about monster odds, right? Plus 230 is only a 30% win probability. So even though we're at 2/3 of a run clear, money line for the Dodgers, that doesn't cover minus 250. That's entirely too expensive. I wonder if maybe I want to be leaning towards the under, but I'd feel better if it was 7.5 and not 8. Next up, we got Cubs and Mariners. David Peterson on the bump for the Baby Bears, plus 106 on the road against Cade Anderson, making his debut for the Mariners. I know everyone and their freaking mom is going to be backing Anderson today. And I just think we should pump the brakes. I want to see it first. I did the best I could to put up statistics for him. What you got is ridiculous. He has a 106 ERA through 93 and a third, a 36.5 KBB. I mean, that's crazy. He also has a 56 first strike and 90 left on base. 90 left on base. And the kicker for me, that I don't know a lot of people know, is he skipped AAA. Cubs have hit lefties all year. Is Anderson filthy? I'm sure. Will he eventually be great? Probably. Probably. I think the cart is before the horse on this one. I really do. I think people are putting the cart before the horse. Do we have any? Okay, Trav, that's what I was hoping for. A AA arm called up to see the Cubs. The fuck are the Mariners thinking? He's going to get used and abused. Trevor, I love you, man. I really do. Everybody make sure you're following TV Jones. Kidding aside, though, dude, that's how you do this, right? And again, that's why I joke that Kyle is like fucking Nick Fury, but he's very good at collecting what I think are some of the the sharpest minds at this stuff. And I'm with you, Trev. I'm with you. Everyone is going to be chasing Anderson today, no doubt. And like maybe he gets the strikeout stuff, but I don't even know. You mentioned Cubs lefties. Cubs have been killing lefties like all year. There's been a running theme and doing everything. Now they've struck out a little bit last 30, so maybe the K's are there. But man, they've done everything else. And if this guy thinks he's going to rock like a low, you got to get ahead of MLB hitters. So, Joey, thank you, Trev. I don't know about Trev Dizzy. I think I like T Dizzy. Maybe that's like an East Coast thing, right? It's like a single letter. And this Trev says we're all in this together. You're one love, player. True Spartan for real. So I don't think I'm going to bet it. Trevor, you betting the Cubbies today? I don't know if I'm going to bet it today. I wonder if there's some value in like the team totals. The Cubs are 3.5 minus 115. I wonder. Trev, I don't. He says, I hate the stat. Well, what WRC plus? I don't hate WRC plus. The point for WRC plus was in small samples, first of all, right? I think people quote it in 7 and 14-day samples, and I don't think you should do that. That said, there are just weaknesses to it. That's what I mean. There are better stats. WOBA and OPS will, especially OPS, because that one is like a standard stat. A lot of people can't get WOBA. You will be closer to the mark. Trevor, you and I, again, simpatico, we're fucking boys for life. We could go do karate in the basement after the show. Trev on the Cubs, 3.5 minus 125. I think that's the play. I'm putting that on my sheet. I think that's the play because that will give us a chance to get, I don't know, we get 2 through 5 and then get another one. Or maybe we just crush him. I don't know if he's going to implode because he does have good command and control. And I think that's something that does play up in the transition to the majors. I think making a double-A debut a favorite is just something I have to go against. And if we're not going to back the Mariners, who are ass also, then I think you should go for the team total. Who do we got? We got Reds and D-backs. My boy Lodolo sold me up the fucking river yesterday. Now, Rhett turned the music louder on the bump, plus 150 on the road against my boy Mike Soroka and the Snakes with shapes on their back. I don't know, man. I think Arizona wins. I think the Reds are disgraceful right now. I think Lauder kind of stinks. I think Soroka is very good, but I don't know if I can get him up to a minus 180. I think that might be jumping the shark a little bit. I'll pair Arizona with somebody else that we like that we think is going to win. Were there any other crazy dogs we were into? I don't like the Dodgers price. I don't like the Boston price. I don't like the Houston price. I mean, I get like this is like an outlier kind of pairing, but maybe I'll pair like Arizona with Texas, like hold my nose. But that's fucking gross. Really, it's so good. That is so gross. Yeah, I hear you. I can't really argue it though, right? Soroka is good. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. I like Soroka better when he was like a minus 106. And like, yeah, let's bet Mike Soroka. I don't think you can bet him at this price. I think it's too expensive. That said, like Lauder has not been good. I guess he's cleaned up his act a little bit last 30. And even that is just a case to be made. The price is a little off here. Again, I do think they win because I think the Reds offense is just completely tanked right now. I don't know what's going on with them. They've been disgracefully bad. Reds bullpen also not to be trusted. So I think Arizona gets this one home. But again, for the 9 millionth time, I'm struggling with that price. Next up, 2 left on the board. Guardians and Rockies. Tanner Bybee on the bump for the Guards. He's on the road against Gabriel Hughes and the Rocks. I've got the Rocks winning this one outright. I mean, for what it's worth, I know it's just a bip or two. It's just a few decimal points. But for again, I don't love the fucking pricing. Books have really kind of shifted their pricing against underdogs. It's listed minus 150 plus 125. I feel like we would have gotten a couple extra cents in the past. Bybee's good, but not great. I tend to like the arm talent on Hughes. I think he's been really unlucky. I mean, he has a 49% left on base rate. That's insane. It's fucked up. It's like, how is that even a thing, man? How is it even a thing? Believe it or not, he's pitched really well in that building. And, you're sending Bybee to pitch on the moon. So it's a bit of a stretch. But I think I like the Rockies in this one. And I know it's not a popular play, playing plus 1.5s. But I will say this. I'm never going to come off the fact that I think if you're taking points or runs, you should believe that team could win. I do think they could win. And I know. Taking the plus 1.5 run line full game is not a popular bet. With that, two things. That's 3, idiot. Me, so smart. First, it's generally a wild price. Like it's generally minus 180, minus 200. That's crazy. So I think minus 130 makes it a different story. And I think as a home team, I think it's a different story. So I'm not sure I posted a single one all year. But I think that's the play that I like. And again, it comes down to pricing because we talk about this all the time. We're normally looking for 100 cents, right? When we talk about run lines we're taking, we're getting offered 100 cents, 125 cents to take it. This is a 55-cent offer for a run, for a home team. So I'm struggling to get there. I know the Rockies offense has been kind of ass. They really need Hunter Goodman back. But 55 cents for a home team run is a weird offer, right? Plus 125 to minus 130, 55 cents across the zero. I'm actually going to put it down. And listen, I love it. Then they'll win, and someone will say, "Oh, you're a fucking idiot." And it's like, I don't know, man. The Rockies suck. they're kind of hard to back. All right. Last but not least, we'll get out of here so everyone can enjoy their weekend like normal people. But before we go, please support good people doing good work. I bust my ass at this stuff every single day. No one is doing this 5 days a week, let alone 6 days a week, short of the source crew. And they're even using multiple people, right? Literally doing the one-man band thing with football all the time, right? Not looking for sympathy, but I'm looking for support. I keep in, again, thanks. Big shout out to all the Spartans, ladies and gentlemen. And there are probably ladies signing up, which I think is great. Keeping this operation of mine afloat enough for me to keep the show free, because that would be the next one. Support disappears, so does the show. I'm not going to give people screenshots of the algo and all the premium stuff, if it's not being reciprocated. So really the community kind of stepping up for everybody else. But if you're enjoying the show and have watched it all year and you can find it in your heart to support us, again, I say $2 a week, but if you sign up for the whole year, you get the last month for free. Now is a great time because you get 2 chocks of football. Again, all the projections, in-season projections, it's just like crazy. I can't give any more. And I think, shout out Spoonman, show me some love for the data suite, that NFL data suite. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You can also check out the pin post on Substack if you just want to look for free. If money is a real issue for you, hit me up. I'll give you a free look. I'll give you a free look at the data. No doubt. No problem. Because I really think it's worth it. I don't think you can find this, sort it, format it, present it, and have it ready for you. I mean, $2 a week? Geez, that's not even a fucking cup of coffee around here. So, again, I'm just trying to over-deliver because I hate to ask people for money in these fucking tough times. But I think the one great commodity in this life is time, right? Last but not least, Dean Krispy Kremer on the bump for the Twinks, 136 dog against Casey Mize. That's my boy. And the Padres. Mize has kind of found his groove. Kramer had the 8, he jammed us in our right in our fucking grill. Of course, the day we fade him, he was Cy fucking Young. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case going forward. I don't think Kramer is ass. I do worry about the quality of the four-seamer and the frequency that he throws it. Going to have a hard time pushing me off that flag plant. And again, we saw that against the Phillies, who kind of beat him up, even with good command and control. Just getting beat around the yard because I think the out pitch is missing. He's had a ton of blow-ups. I don't think he's like an 8 earned run guy, but I do think he's like a 3 or 4 earned run guy. I think the Padres have the better offense. I mean, the Twins have been hitting a little bit, but to me, they've been like one of the easy fugazi calls. Right? They swing and miss too much. They chase too much. I think Mize is going to toy around with them a little bit, to be honest. Meanwhile, the Padres are really coming into form, doing everything that we've hoped, hitting the best power of the year. This has been the best iteration of the Padres offense all year. Of course, it helps when Fernando Tatis is playing like a fucking elite A1 type tier 1 talent, So I like San Diego. You know what? I haven't done it DDP in a little bit, and that's like a DDP for me. When I have favorites that I don't really like, but I do think will win, I just put them together. What do you got? Bibbity bobbity boop. So that's San Diego. That was Arizona and Texas. San Diego, Arizona, Texas, DDP. And hopefully I'll be tweeting some fucking emojis and some GIFs later on, like a true Twitter tap. All right. Appreciate everybody for watching the show. Best shout out to the ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe and all that shit. Wolfland, good to see you also. Appreciate you all for supporting the show. Yeah, I know. Hughes versus lefties is so bad. I know. Listen, that's gonna be a rough one. Yeah. Trevor promoting me, Kerms, and him. Support the crew if you can. And that will do it. So from everybody here at the Corked Stats Familia and La Costa Lageza, shout you out. Press the like, press subscribe, sign up to the shit, check out the football stuff, hit me up on Twitter, check out the fucking articles. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Enjoy the games, enjoy the day. That was a brain fart and a half. When you're done with the book, enjoy the pay. Just remember, when you work this freaking hard, winning feels a lot less